Hi folks, welcome back, thank you for watching. Please do hit subscribe if you haven't done so yet, it really does help when you do that. So today folks, I've got a little treat for this guitar here. This is my Gronlund R16 Junior. Now I haven't owned this guitar for too long, but it's quickly become one of my absolute favourite instruments I own. It's completely hand carved by one chap called James Green in Maine in the States. No computers were involved in the creation of this guitar, which makes me very happy indeed. But one part of this guitar that I've always thought could be not better, but slightly more suited to my personal tastes is the pickup. Now this guitar came with a Porter PorterTron in it, which is a fairly true to form filtertron style pickup. But if you've watched this channel before, you'll know that I use pretty heavy strings. I use 12 through 64. And when you use heavy strings, you have more metal vibrating in the field of the magnet, so it creates a hotter output. So I typically like lower output pickups because with these strings, the output is then about equal to a normal output pickup with a set of 10s. And also, I like a lot of high-end definition in my sound. So I've been looking around for a filtertron pickup that's slightly lower output than the PorterTron, which is 6K, and also has slightly more definition in the high end, and me being me, slightly more true to the original filtertron too. So what I settled on was this. This is the TV Jones Ful-Fidelity Filter'Tron. Now this is as vintage correct as it is possible to get. TV Jones built this pickup based around Ray Butts' original sketches, and it does have a slightly lower output of about 4K. So it kind of ticks all the boxes for a pickup that I want to have in this guitar. So I've shot some clips using the PorterTron, and I've just put the TV Jones in. I'm going to do the same thing, put the footage side by side to see what difference this pickup has on the sound of the guitar. Now what I'm hoping it will have is slightly more detail and high end, and I think being slightly lower output, it'll actually sound slightly louder because the less compression you're getting within the pickup, the more compression you can have going on in the amps, and the harder you hit the guitar, the more of a sort of spike of transient you get going into the amp. So I'm hoping it'll sound slightly louder, slightly fuller, but with a slightly more detailed sort of sweetness in the high end as well. So without further ado, let's get going. So there we are, folks. Now please do let me know in the comments underneath what you think of this pickup. I am absolutely loving the sound of this TV Jones. Now I did have to modify the pickup ever so slightly to fit it into this cavity. It did come with some sort of wings on the base plate that I had to trim off to fit it in here, but I'm very, very glad that I butchered a very expensive pickup because I think it sounds absolutely phenomenal. The detail in the high end is all there now, and it really does have a more kind of perceived higher output than the PorterTron. It sounds much louder and fuller, but I think that's just because it is lower output and we're getting less compression in the pickups, so therefore it's hitting the amps harder. But as I always say, it's completely personal preference, so please do comment underneath, let me know what you think. Please do carry on subscribing to this channel as well, because it really does make a big difference when you do that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!